What's up, traders? This message is not for gamblers. If you're here to double your account by Friday with no plan and pure hope, go ahead and scroll. But if you're tired of emotional trading, tired of gambling, tired of lying to yourself that the next strategy will finally fix everything, then this is for you. Now, before we get into the truth that changed everything for me, a quick but important Forex disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. Trading carries risk. You can and will lose money if you don't take full responsibility. This is not financial advice. Your results are your responsibility. That said, don't let that scare you. Let it prepare you. Because with the right mindset, you can thrive. And this message is proudly brought to you by the Full-Time Pro Forex Indicator, a powerful tool designed to help serious traders spot quality setups with clarity and confidence. If you want to give it a try, the link is in the description below. Only if you're serious though. Alright, let's get into it. Hello traders. You know what? I blew 10 accounts. Not 1, not 3, 10. And I wore it like a badge of shame until I realized every blown account was trying to teach me something. But I was too stubborn to listen. See, the truth is, most traders don't lose because of bad entries. They lose because of bad mindsets. You think it's your strategy? No, it's your psychology. You're emotional. You're impatient, you're not trading, you're reacting. Let me ask you something serious. Are you in this to win, or are you in this to feel something? Because if you're chasing adrenaline, this market will give it to you, and then take everything back, plus interest. I remember logging into MetaTrader, eyes bloodshot, fingers shaking, thinking this next trade will fix it. That's not trading, that's emotional debt. And the worst part, I kept repeating the cycle. I'd blow an account, swear I learned my lesson, journal for 2 days, then go right back to over-leveraging because I felt good about a setup. Listen carefully. Your feelings don't matter in Forex. The market doesn't care that you're on a 3-loss streak. It doesn't care that your rent is due. It doesn't owe you a win. So here's the brutal truth. If you treat trading like a side hustle, it will treat your account like a joke. This is a business. Professional business. And like any business, you need a system, structure, goals, risk limits, and the ability to make decisions without emotion. You're not just a trader. You're the CEO of your own trading firm, even if your firm is just a $50 account right now. That doesn't matter. What matters is your approach. Do you show up every day with a plan? Do you track your performance? Do you protect capital first or chase profit first? Let me give you an example. After my 7th blown account, I was ready to quit. I was burnt out, embarrassed, frustrated. I took a break, not from trading, but from trading like a fool. I sat down and started treating this thing like I would any real career. I asked myself, why do I enter without confirmation? Why do I risk more after a loss? Why do I think I deserve to win just because I've studied? You know what I found? I wasn't trading to win. I was trading to feel like a winner. I wanted to be proven right. I wanted to feel like I'd figured it out. And every time I lost, it didn't just hurt my account, it crushed my identity. That's the trap. That's the mental quicksand. If you trade to validate your ego, you will sabotage yourself. Period. So I made a decision. I will no longer trade to feel good. I will trade to execute a process. Profits are a byproduct, not the purpose. And the results, they didn't come instantly, but they came. I started risking less. I started caring more about the quality of my trades than the quantity. I started removing myself from the decision-making. And slowly, I stopped blowing accounts. Not because my setups changed, but because I changed. And this is where I need you to lean in. You don't need another strategy. You don't need a new broker. You don't even need a signal group. You need a reason, a real reason to trade. Not just to make money, but to build something. Maybe you want freedom. Maybe you want to retire your parents. Maybe you want to prove to yourself that you can do this. Whatever your reason is, anchor yourself in it. And then treat this market with respect. Because when you approach Forex like a professional business, the market starts to treat you differently. It rewards discipline. It punishes emotional shortcuts. So if you're still out here over-leveraging, revenge trading, hopping strategies every week, pause. Ask yourself, am I gambling? Or am I growing? Because the difference between blowing 10 accounts and finally becoming consistent isn't magic. It's not luck. It's mindset mastery. And mastery starts with humility. It starts with saying, I don't know everything. I will learn from every loss. I will trade small until I trade smart. Because let me tell you something that most YouTubers won't. Forex doesn't reward hustlers. It rewards planners, not the fastest, the most consistent. And this journey isn't supposed to be fast. You're rewiring years of emotional patterns around money. You're learning to make high-stakes decisions under pressure. You're building discipline where most people have none. That's not a weekend project, that's transformation. So if you're still with me, then you're not just a viewer. You're part of a rare group. The group that's tired of losing and finally ready to do what it actually takes. And if that's you, hit that subscribe button for more truth, not hype. Join the Daily Victory FX channel, where we build traders, not gamblers. Smash that like button if this message spoke to your situation, and share it with someone who's on the edge of quitting. Now let's get even deeper into what really separates consistent traders from the ones still stuck in emotional cycles. Here's the thing that flipped the switch for me. I stopped looking at trading as something I do and started seeing it as who I'm becoming. It wasn't about catching the next big move. It became about becoming the kind of person who could consistently make high-quality decisions in uncertain environments. That's what this game is. Not patterns, not signals. It's decision-making under pressure. You're not competing against other traders. You're competing against your own psychology. And the trader who learns to manage themselves wins, even with a basic strategy. Here's a brutal reality. Most traders fail not because their system doesn't work, but because they can't stick to it long enough to let it work. They change methods after every loss. They take trades out of boredom. They add positions mid-trade because they feel it's still going their way. They win on Monday, get greedy on Tuesday, lose it all on Wednesday, and disappear by Thursday. That's not trading. That's emotional chaos in chart form. Want to know what professionals do differently? They build a framework. They trade within clearly defined rules. They don't just look at the chart and ask, can I enter? They ask, does this fit my criteria? If not, they wait. Because pros understand that doing nothing is part of the job. It's not wasted time, it's protected capital. And if you can learn to sit on your hands when the setup isn't perfect, you're already ahead of 90% of traders. Now let's talk purpose. Why are you trading? Not the surface answer. Not I want money. Go deeper. Do you want control over your time? Do you want freedom to travel, work from anywhere, provide for your family? Do you want to walk away from that 9-to-5 that drains your soul? Whatever it is, define it. Write it down. Because when trading gets hard, and it will, that purpose becomes your anchor. Without purpose, every loss feels like failure. With purpose, every loss is just tuition, part of the path toward mastery. And speaking of losses, you need to learn how to lose. This might sound weird, but hear me out. Most traders freak out at losses because they tie their self-worth to the outcome of a trade. But smart traders, they build their systems expecting losses. They know trading is a game of probabilities, not perfection. If you can win 4 out of 10 trades and still be profitable, why are you panicking every time you lose one? Losses only hurt when you don't understand them. That's why journaling is powerful. It helps you turn pain into data. Start asking the right questions. Was this loss part of my plan? Did I follow my rules? Did I manage my risk correctly? If yes, then congratulations. That's a good loss. Keep taking those. If not, fix the process. Don't fixate on the outcome. The trader who gets obsessed with winning will always lose more. But the trader who gets obsessed with consistency will win over time. Let's also address a lie floating around this industry. Forex gives you financial freedom. Yes, but only if you earn it. Forex is not freedom without discipline. It's not passive income unless you've built something worth trusting. You want to live off trading? Start by learning how to survive a losing week without blowing your account. Survival, that's the first goal. Most new traders talk about profits, but real pros talk about risk control. Because if you can stay in the game, the profits will come. Now here's a mindset shift that helped me. I stopped saying, how much can I make this week? And I started asking, how many mistakes can I avoid this week? That shift alone saved me from blowing more accounts. I stopped tracking wins. I started tracking discipline. Did I stick to my rules today? Did I avoid unnecessary trades? Did I cut losers quickly and let winners run? These are the metrics that matter. Because in the long run, your edge isn't just your strategy, it's your behavior. Want to stand out in this overcrowded industry? Be the one who doesn't panic. Be the one who isn't chasing. Be the one who shows up every day, follows their rules, and journals without fail. That trader? That's the trader who makes it. And you can become that trader, but only if you stop looking for shortcuts. There are no shortcuts in trading. There's only commitment to growth. So now the question becomes, how committed are you? Are you willing to stop looking at others' wins and focus on your process? Are you willing to risk being bored if it means being consistent? Are you willing to go back to demo, to trade small, to protect your capital like it's oxygen? Because real traders aren't flashy, they're precise, they're consistent, they're boring in the best way. They're not chasing excitement, they're building results. So if this spoke to you, if this helped you realize where you've been going wrong and where you need to shift, then hit that subscribe button right now. Join Daily Victory FX and stop walking this path alone. We're building something bigger than just trades here. We're building mindsets, discipline, and financial futures. Smash that like button if this woke something up inside you, and share it with a trader who's one bad trade away from quitting. They need this. Because the moment you stop gambling and start trading with purpose, everything changes.